Alice in Borderland Season 3 is inbound at Netflix, and while there's little known about the next chapter of the story after the Season 2 finale, there's already a great deal of anticipation for the show's return. As Arisu and the others imagined, beating all the face card games in Alice in Borderland was the key to getting more answers about that world. Alice in Borderland Season 2's finale saw the main characters waking up in the real world, a shocking reveal that could have wrapped up the show. Arisu and Usagi's story on Netflix isn't over yet though, as it's been confirmed that Alice in Borderland Season 3 is on the way. Alice in Borderland Season 2's finale was quite faithful to the original manga, which also ends with Arisu and the others waking up in the real world after spending precisely 1 minute with their hearts stopped. Alice in Borderland Season 3 will have to branch off in its own direction now that it's exhausted its source material, but it's confirmed the show will be returning for another chapter on Netflix. Most recent Alice in Borderland Season 3 news. The cast of Alice in Borderland look on in a promo image from Season 2. The most recent Alice in Borderland Season 3 news came in September 2023, 9 months after the second season arrived on Netflix. After almost a year of speculation about the future of the show, Netflix confirmed that Alice in Borderland has been renewed for a third season, via Deadline. The news was broken by Minyoung Kim, Netflix VP of APAC Content, at her APOS talk on The Future of Japanese Entertainment. While the Season 3 renewal of Alice in Borderland is incredibly welcome news, little else was shared about the future of the surreal live-action Japanese live-action series. This includes when a release date can be expected. However, Kim did reveal that Kento Yamazaki and Tao Tsuchiya would both be reprising their roles. The third season will also be helmed by returning Alice in Borderland director Shinsuke Sato. Alice in Borderland is renewed for Season 3. Usagi helps Arisu while carrying a rifle imposed over an image of Usagi looking distressed in Alice in Borderland custom image by Dalton Norman. Alice in Borderland has been renewed for Season 3 by Netflix. The announcement came in September 2023, alongside confirmation that Kento Yamazaki and Tao Tsuchiya will be back as Arisu and Usagi. Very little was shared outside the confirmation, and it's unclear when development and production on Alice in Borderland will begin in earnest. Alice in Borderland Season 3 cast. The cast of Alice in Borderland. There have only been 2 confirmed cast members for Alice in Borderland Season 3 so far. Kento Yamazaki, Adam's Last Shot, Good Doctor, will be returning as video game-obsessed misfit Arisu. Joining him is Tao Tsuchiya, Dream Stage, W's Tragedy, as fearless mountain climber and love interest Usagi. Outside of the leading pair, no cast members have been confirmed for Alice in Borderland Season 3. Given that Season 2 ended with Arisu back in the real world, and the original manga by Haro also ended at the same point, it's impossible to predict who will be returning for the next season outside the confirmations. Further clarity on the cast will likely come quickly once production begins. Alice in Borderland Season 3 story, what Season 2 sets up. The Joker card in Alice in Borderland Season 2's finale. While Alice in Borderland Season 2 finale adapted the manga ending quite closely, the show teased a potential new villain for what could be Alice in Borderland Season 3 story. Throughout Alice in Borderland Battle Royale games, a Joker card game was never found. In the manga, the Joker represents the ferryman, the one responsible for taking Arisu and the others back to the real world. However, Netflix's Alice in Borderland Season 2 ended with a sinister shot of a Joker card in the real world. Alice in Borderland Season 3 could therefore feature an original Joker card game storyline. Given that Alice in Borderland Season 2 ends quite similarly to how the Alice in Borderland manga ends, an Alice in Borderland Season 3 would only have 2 options regarding how to continue the story. One would be to adapt the Alice in Borderland retry manga, which takes place a few years after the events of Alice in Borderland and sees Arisu returning to Borderland. The other option would be to create an original story for Arisu building up from where Alice in Borderland Season 2 ended. However, that would mean a major deviation from the original manga for Alice in Borderland Season 3.